When I see someone who's really truly disciplined, who like a David Goggins, someone who just like truly maximizes the grind, I feel like there's an art to that. And there's an art to kindness. Like there's people that are really kind and really sweet, and when I'm around them, it's beautiful. It's like there's an art to them. Well, how you walk through the fire, I mean, you can walk through the fire complaining along the way, or you can walk through the fire and create an example for everyone else so that the trials and tribulations of their own life seem trivial because they're comparing themselves to the way you handle, or the way you handle things with grace and dignity and discipline can show other people that they can handle their own life as well. There's beauty in that. There really is. We all had bullshit jobs. We all felt like losers. But through time and effort, you build a stronger human. You build a stronger body. You build a stronger mind. You build accomplishments and will and momentum. And then you look back and you go, hey man, I'm not washing tables anymore. You know, I'm not washing dishes. I'm not cutting lawns. I'm not digging ditches.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a different person now, but I used to be. Like the people that come up to you and say, I don't know what to do. What should I do? How do I do it?
Yeah.
How do I get going? But you're going to have to figure it out, one foot in front of the other.
Exactly.
You're going to have to find a thing and keep working at it and get better at it. And then from that, from learning how to do that, you get better, and then you realize, damn, I can get better at anything.
Yeah. That desire to get better.
Yeah, that's for everybody. Just find a thing.
Everything.
If you could just find a thing and work hard at that thing, you'll realize through that thing that you can get good at anything with time and effort. I mean, I'm not saying you have to be a bodybuilder. You keep your body moving. It feels good to move your body. It feels good. It feels good to do things, whether it's taking a dance class, I'm not into that, but taking karate.
I'm not into that shit.
I like yoga, I like running,
Yeah.
I like doing jiu-jitsu, obviously. I like all kinds of martial arts. And I just like moving my body, man. I like running up hills. Move your body.
Same.
Get it going. You'll feel better afterwards. I know you don't want to do it. I fucking hardly ever want to do it. I maybe want to actually do it 5 out of 10 times. But I do it. I just do it. I know what it's like to not want to do it. I just start talking to myself. I go, come on, pussy. What are you talking about?
Do it.
If I was you, outside of you, knowing what I know, if I could read my mind, I'd be like, come on, bitch. You're just being lazy. Put your fucking shoes on.
Yeah.
Get a sweat going, and then you're going to feel pumped. Come on, man. You've done this a million times. And then invariably, I'll be in the middle of the workout, I'm sweating, I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
And then I get into it. It's like, you got to push past that creepy resistance that Stephen Pressfield wrote about in The War of Art. It applies not just to art, not just to writing. It applies to cleaning your room. It applies to saying you're sorry to a friend. It applies to taking care of a debt. All those things. Just keep putting off. It's this weird thing that you have where when you see a problem, you got to fix it. Right. When you see a thing you have to do, go do it. When you know something's like, clean your fucking room, right? That's what Jordan Peterson always says. Clean your room. Clean your room. And that really is what he means. Get your shit in order.
Yeah.
And I always had this thought in my head that one day I would make it. One day I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. And then one day I realized, and I don't know when I realized it. Probably when, like, on paper I'd already made it.
Yeah.
I realized, oh, there's no such place. Like, this is not real. Like, you can't ever, you don't make it. No one makes it.
Yeah.
Like, every day you have to be trying to do better. Every day you have to be trying. First of all, there's no perfect human. Let's accept that. You're always going to be flawed. You're always going to be subject to fits of rage and envy and all the things that you wish that you would never have in your mind. So you've got to constantly be working to make sure that never happens. You constantly be working to make sure that you are always evaluating your perspective on life and always looking at things from meditate, constantly meditate. Make sure that you approach life with a a learned perspective. Like you're a better person than you were the day before, and whatever you're trying to do, whether it's fighting or whether you have an art form that you practice, whatever it is that you're doing, you're trying to do better every day, and you never, even if you accomplish some, like when you accomplish some amazing work of art, that's just that day. The next day you got to go back to work. Like if you have a world championship fight and you've trained for 8 weeks and you win by knockout and it's a spectacular result and you're very happy with the result, you got a day or two to relax.
Yeah.
You got a day or two, and then you're like, fuck, okay, now what? Well, now you got to get back to work. And if you think that there's some place like a movie where you're holding hands with your loved ones and the fucking sunset's going on and the credits roll, that's horseshit. And we have this idea in our head that there's this place that you can get to where you've, air quotes, made it.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you, that motherfucker doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I'm not the most successful person in the world, but on paper, I've accomplished a lot of shit, and it doesn't mean a goddamn thing. Every fucking day I get up and I'm like, all right, I better figure out how to do this. I gotta work on this new bit. Okay, I got this podcast today. I gotta be on point. Let me think about this. Let me read this book. Let me, whatever the subject is, let me get into it. You have to. If you don't, you're gonna feel like shit.
Yeah, it's that destination mentality.
Yeah, there's no destination.
Yeah,
it's just a journey.
You're never gonna get there.
People that struggle, they're on a better medication. For real, the struggle of like a hard-working person that can get done with a day of hard work and have a feeling of accomplishment, and then go home to your family and get going again, knowing you have to get up in the morning and do it again, knowing you don't have enough money to buy a yacht, but knowing you have enough money to put food on the table, and there's a satisfaction to being able to provide that. That's a better medicine. But my Taekwondo instructor said to me when I was a little boy, he said, martial arts are a vehicle for developing your human potential.
Yeah.
And I remember that. I'm like, oh shit. Like, and I've used that many times, explain it to people. But that is the benefit of getting good at a martial art.
Yeah.
Like you go through this difficult thing, and then through that you reap all these personality rewards. You reap these character rewards. You reap this understanding of what you're capable of, right? If you are capable of making it through a brutal camp and getting up in the morning when you know you don't want to, that alarm clock goes off and you're like, I don't want to fucking run. But you do it, you go out and run, and you do it every day, and you get through it, and then you're successful. And you realize that you have this incredible endurance because of the discipline that you put in. You realize that you have this incredible skill and this understanding of how to fight correctly because of all the time and the hours and the focus. You're a better person because of that, right? That's a real goal. But you are the project. Your mind is the project. How you treat people is the project. How the way you are with your family and your friends and your loved ones and the people you communicate with. Get better at that. That's the goal in this life. The goal in this life is how we treat each other.